This morning, something absolutely historic happened in Congress, and trust me, the people who have spent decades trying to bury the Epstein story are panicking tonight, because not only did the House pass the bill forcing the release of the Epstein files, they passed it by a staggering 427 to 1. And wait until you hear who that one no vote was. And wait until you hear how Donald Trump reacted, and why he may now have cornered himself in a way he never expected. Stay with me. What happened today changes everything. This morning, the House passed the bill forcing the release of the Epstein files, again, 427 to 1, with only Republican lawmaker Clay Higgins voting no, ensuring he is now on record as the sole person opposing releasing documents connected to a global pedophile ring. But now, with all eyes focused on the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer made this announcement, and it caught everyone off guard. I urge my Republican colleagues, let the Senate act today, and so I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate receives H.R. 4405, the Epstein Files Transparency Act from the House, the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration. He asks if there's any objection. There isn't. And then, without objection, so ordered, just like that, the Senate passes the bill the moment it arrives, meaning this bill is now passed by the House, passed by the Senate, and heading straight to Donald Trump's desk. Now, Trump responded immediately after the House vote with a long post saying, "I don't care when the Senate passes the House bill. I just don't want Republicans to take their eyes off the victories we've had." He lists border policies, DEI, inflation, taxes, military, international respect, everything. But fascinatingly, he did not say whether he will sign the bill. That's important, because earlier, when he was confident it would never reach him, he did say this: "Sure, I would let the Senate look at it, but don't talk about it too much. It's really a Democrat problem, and it's a hoax." He said he'd sign it, but only when he assumed the bill would be blocked, and guess who was trying to block it the hardest? Speaker Mike Johnson. Johnson had been trying to slow walk, water down, or outright stall this bill for months, even going as far as adjourning the House early to stop members from forcing a vote. And over again, he used the same excuse: we have to be careful. We need maximum caution for the victims. But here's the thing, and this is where the narrative starts falling apart. The survivors themselves helped write the bill. The survivors' lawyers were involved. The survivors were literally coming to the Capitol to support it. As Congressman Ro Khanna explained in our recent interview, survivors' lawyers helped with the bill. The survivors want it. They're coming to the Capitol. If they opposed it, they'd say so. And here's the clearest evidence. Survivors were in the House chamber today, and this is their reaction when the bill passed, cheering in relief and victory. Does that look like people who feel unprotected by the bill? Not even close. So if survivors want transparency, if survivors helped write the bill, if survivors cheered its passage, why was Mike Johnson trying to stop it? You tell me. Because his excuses about caution for victims crumble under the weight of reality. This wasn't about victims. It was about blocking transparency while pretending to demand it. Classic political gaslighting. And that's exactly what Ro Khanna, Robert Garcia, and others have been calling out. Robert Garcia, the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, said in our latest interview, Mike Johnson is covering for the White House. He promised survivors he would get to the truth. That's not what he's doing. And this isn't the first issue where Johnson's man of God persona contradicts his actions. Governor Gavin Newsom put it bluntly when I asked him about Johnson pitting sick Americans against hungry Americans during the shutdown fight. The most pious man in Washington competing with Trump in bloviation and lies. The indecency is extraordinary. It is beyond the pale. So am I surprised that Mike Johnson went down swinging to suppress these files until the very last minute in deference to Donald Trump? Not at all. If he wants his legacy to be that he tried to shield a pedophile ring from public accountability, that's between him and his God. But here's where the story gets even more interesting and where the stakes explode. The moment the Senate passed the bill, the focus shifted entirely to one man, Donald Trump, after a 427 to 1 vote in the House, after a unanimous vote in the Senate. Does Trump sign this bill, or does he backtrack? Does he reverse what he said earlier? Does he find an excuse? Does he stall? Because remember, Trump himself is mentioned in these files. And no matter how loudly he claims it's a Democrat problem, the documents don't care. The pressure on him tonight is far higher than anything he anticipated. This might finally be the moment he's forced to sign a bill revealing information that could implicate people at the highest levels, including potentially himself. And that's why this moment is historic. Outro, no shortening, strong retention for end before you go. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to support truly independent journalism, please hit the subscribe button right here on your screen. More importantly, we are now living in a political environment where this administration can lean on platforms to suppress critical voices. That means the fate of this channel and many like it rests in the hands of a handful of tech billionaires who have already shown they're willing to bend under pressure. If you want to stay connected directly, my newsletter is the safest way. The link is right here on the screen. It's free, but there's also an option for a paid subscription if you want to support my work and my team. And to those who already do, I can't thank you enough.